So we're finishing the first kind of phase of this, and it's the first few minutes. This is kind of setting the stage. Sometimes it can stay right there and we talk for a while, depending on like all the questions that they have, and sometimes just the stories you hear, and sometimes you just connect. And that's really what I want to talk about next, is the connection during the tour. And this is not a step. This is an underlining theme from the time you say hello to the time you say goodbye. It is there, and this is the most important part. If you have any takeaway, it is this part right here. It does not matter what we say when we're in the kitchen. It does not matter what we say when we're in the bedroom. This is the most important part, the connection. So I want to say this, that we've literally had tours where they've said it to us at the end. It didn't matter what you said. It didn't matter what you showed us. I decided while I was sitting here in the great room and watching for 5 minutes while I was waiting for the tour to start before you came down, I decided this is where my mom's gonna be. I knew this was the place, and nobody said anything to me, right? They said hi and they sat me down and stuff, but nobody did a tour or sold me. I saw it with my own eyes. And I think that's what I want you to take away. Selling by showing it, not by saying it. We'll talk about everything to say, but that's not really the important part. What they wanna see is that you are going to replace them. That's really what they want. That daughter, that son, that husband, they're burdened. I'm not gonna lie. They've been spending years. No one is trying to spend $8,000 to $10,000 a month. They are trying to hold off as long as they can until they just can't do it anymore. They are literally about to get a divorce, or they've quit their job, or something is just like, I just can't do this anymore. I have to make this big financial sacrifice, right? You've waited as long as you can.
So actually, Mindy and I, we intentionally let them wait for like five to 8 minutes before we go down for the tour. We intentionally let our staff open the door. Just so when they walk in, they get the platinum experience. They see, how is my staff answering the door? How are my grandparents the minute they walk in the door without Mindy and I being there? And then have them sit there for 5 and 10 minutes and watch my staff interacting, watching our chef cooking and interacting with our residents. So just to give them the platinum experience without us being actually present.
Yeah, very important to pour into your staff, and so that your staff, they're really the ones, your staff and your grandparents that are in your home, they really sell it for you once your home is full. But before that, like when we're under construction, I have done one tour, and with just construction, no sheetrock up and things like that. That way you have to, really paint the picture for them of what it's going to be like when it's alive.
That's a good point.
And let them interact. Let them interact with your grandparents, and let them interact with your staff. And your grandparents, they think sometimes, but let them have that full experience, because they're gonna sell it for you.
The real life hugs from the grandparent up to the caregiver, the real life I love you, the real life chef walking over with custom made food and just love pouring into the plate. You can't stage that. People see this is the real thing. And it goes back to that family member, that power of attorney has been spending years taking care of mom, and just the daughter wants to take care of mom the way a family would. And they want someone to do that the way a family would. They want us, they want Platinum, they want the chef, they want the caregivers, they want Mandy and Eva to take care of their loved one the way that they would do it, right? Like the way a family would do it. And when they can see that, it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter the size of the room, we will sell our smallest room for more expensive than everyone else because of this. It is let them see the love, that emotional connection. So let me hit one more slide. I think this is really, really important, okay? People make big decisions with emotion. That's why people buy sports cars, right? No one spends $80,000 to $150,000 on a vehicle to go from point A to point B because it logically makes sense. They think in their mind, it's solving this problem. I'm gonna look this way in front of my colleagues. I'm gonna be able to make more sales. It's an emotional driven thing when you're spending money. And then your brain logically justifies it to yourself. Oh, she's gonna get the best care, she's gonna be closer, she's gonna have this or that, right? You need to have this underlying theme as you're going through to connect with them emotionally. And then, well, let me kick it back to you guys. What do you guys do? What are some of the things that you connect with people on the tour?
Yeah, I think it starts in the beginning. Like when you start, it's just like when you meet someone, right? When you do a tour, don't think of it as you're going to sell them, right? Think of it as I'm trying to make a genuine conversation with this person. I'm gonna tell them about myself. They'll tell me about a little bit about their self, like that, to get to know them a little bit. And then as you're walking around, not, still building a connection with them, still, talking about everyday things with them, right? Being comfortable, not making it so uptight and like this is strictly what we're here to talk about platinum things, like, just have normal everyday conversations with them.
And I think really matching their energy. So everybody is different. You have some people coming in there, they're really open and friendly and funny. They like to joke around, and that's exactly where I meet them. Then you have some of them, they're really, introverts and quiet. So I'm not going in there like all me and scare them off. So just try to meet their energy.
So as you're going through, and if you're secret shopping, you're going through all the big facilities, right? You have the marketing director, they go and tour you. What, at least in my experience, what I see is just very logical. It is step by step by step. Here's the packet, here's the room, it's this square footage, it's this price, here's what your meals look like, here's our activity calendar. It's just step by step, and there's no emotion, there's no connection. They're not building rapport with me and connecting. People, they come to Platinum and they literally say, this was a sign. This was a sign from God. I know that God wants my mom to be here. And literally, I want you to be the sign. And that is an emotional connection, right? It could be a sign, it could be anything like that. But we are leaving these tours and people feel connected to us, right? Especially to even Mandy.
Definitely.
And will you share what you said earlier about the end of the tours usually?
I was just talking to Mindy the other day that it's like those people come in and we don't know them. I mean, we had maybe one phone call with them or email conversation, and by the end of each tour, they're hugging us, they're thanking us, they have a connection with us, and it was within 30, 45 minutes, you build that connection, and that makes this is just amazing. Yeah. What you can do in that little bit of time, that they that comfortable to give somebody they don't even know such a, act of showing as thank you, giving you a hug. I mean, that's very personal.
Yeah, and I think that comes with, because we are so genuine. They see that in us. They see that we're not here trying to sell them a room. We're here trying to help them. Even if our home isn't the right fit for them, we're still going to help them. We're still going to be kind to them. We're not going to rush them out of our home. We're still going to have, if they want to talk to us for 30 minutes, then we're still going to give them our time. Just being that genuine and honest with them, that builds a really strong connection with people.
So as you guys are touring today, doing a mock tour through construction, it'll be the same for you. As you are under construction, you start building your mansion, you start walking people through, they're not going to be able to see yet the love from the caregivers to the grandmas. That did not stop Laura and I, that did not stop Eva and Mandy now as we're touring these now. You just need to paint the picture, and you need to share what is real to you, your own story. My literal grandma was the first grandma to move into Platinum at Mesa. And that was our story. I'm doing this to take care of my own family, my literal grandma. I'm going to be here creating these systems, hiring these people, training these people to love on my family, and they're going to love on your family the exact same. That was literal part of my real word track, right? It was real and genuine to me. So what is real and genuine to you? You can share your heart and your love when framing is up and there's just sticks. They will see it if it is real and genuine. I think that's the takeaway I want you to have. You do not have to wait to get your license to start bringing in grandmas and then start getting momentum. You can literally do this now. Find what is real for you, make it your own story. Everyone has something different, and you can do that. The other thing that I would add is with this emotional connection, people are built differently. And there's some people that are just numbers people, or you're just not made for that, right? That's not your personality type. Perhaps you bring on the partner who can do that. Perhaps you hire that person who can do that. Honestly, Eva and Mandy are way better at this than I am. That's why I'm talking about the theory. This is me in my lane, right? They can close so much better than I can because they are real and they are genuine, right? Laura can close so much better than I can. And I honestly think it's kind of a female thing.
You are real and genuine, Brett.
I am, but in a different way,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
I am here to be real and genuine to all of you and share the numbers and the systems and the proper processes. That is different, right? I can serve you as a customer best, honestly, not those residents. That's not in my wheelhouse. I mean, I can do it, right? But that's not me in my lane. And if you are not in that lane, who is in that lane? Who can you hire to do that, right? Who can you bring on as that partner? And this may be a little bit of a genderist kind of thing, but I honestly think that women are better at this than men. They have that heart on the sleeve. They're trying to connect in that motherly kind of vibe. And I think that, maybe you bring in your spouse, your wife, hire a manager earlier to do that part of these things.
Yeah. But just to add to that, don't think that just because you're a man you can't do it. Definitely.
We have some great caregivers that could sell a room.
We do. We have some great male caregivers that could sell a room. I think back to what Brett said. Each and every one of us have our own reason to why we are here, why we are opening this or doing this. That is what's going to sell them, right? Your own personal story. I have my own personal story. She has hers. He has his. We all have it, right? That's what sells it. A man can do it too.
Of course they can. Yes.